DC Thursday or Friday, and I forgot. I got to take his temperature. I'm supposed to check to make sure that you didn't have COVID. And when you go to the doctor's office, you got to
yeah.
family members. This is the mindset we have to have, because we could do all of this training and do like Scooter, Stephen Fulton, get down there and have COVID and everything.
I think that shit was a setup, dog.
Huh?
I think that shit was a setup.
You think it was set up?
Fuck yeah, man. Do you want me to talk? Do you want this conversation to be a part of this interview?
Let's hear it.
All right. Before we get that, let's get Terrence Bailey, man.
Okay.
He lives off of that 95 too. He's out of the DMV area, man. Do you think the great black fighters are mostly from the diaspora, or are African fighters less interested in the sport?
No, I'm biased
because
I believe I am from the diaspora or diaspora. That no, I do believe we, as children of Shem, from the 12 tribes, one of the tribes, I don't know which one, but we do possess a little bit more than even what he's referring to, or the descendants of Ham, our African brothers. So in my estimation, yes, we are better because we are blessed. We are Yah's chosen people. We have powers that they just don't possess. Now, even when we had to, he asked, so I'm going to tell him, even when we were sent to go over the promised land to capture Canaan, which is now Palestine, we had to fight like hell. They had some killers in there. When Judah had to go and take his land, they had to fight for that. Our African brothers, they're warriors too. And a lot of times we didn't win those battles. But when it comes down to who do I think are better fighters and better suited for this sport, definitely I believe we possess more rhythm than any other group of people. We know our Caucasian brothers don't have what we have. We know that even our Eastern brothers don't have what we have. Our African brothers, they can dance and they can do some things, but it's still not the same rhythm that we possess. So I just think we're different. To answer that question, yes. I think and they don't have.
And box fans, I appreciate you, man. Always sharing the show while you working. Here's what I learned, and just to add to what you're saying, Caucasians is the only civilization that don't have a drum.
That don't have what?
That do not have a drum, a part of their civilization.
A drum.
A drum. A drum, which creates cadence.
Okay.
Which creates rhythm. Nice. And so when you said that earlier, this white guy is attempting to be a reflection of you. And when they get that 1 out of a million white guy, like a Triple G or whoever, Lomachenko,
Caleb Plant is a good example.
Caleb Plant, yeah, Caleb Plant.
Rhythm that we have.
Yeah, they celebrate that,
right,
and host. But I like what you said. There, he is. You didn't use the word reflection, but you said he's doing what you do,
right?
You know, right. But as I related to Stevie Fulton, so I heard it Thursday. I either heard that Wednesday or Thursday morning, right? That Stevie Fulton got pulled out of the fight, and I'm sitting there like, that's interesting. Wednesday before the fight, and then I was like, who's promoting the fight? Because I always try and see things as a whole. I don't say, I wouldn't walk up to Dylan, why'd you punch that guy in the face? Like, what happened 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before, 15 minutes before, and even an hour before? What led up to that, right? So I'm sitting there like, it's a Floyd Mayweather card. Stevie Fulton is the favorite versus Angelo Leo. You have an out with COVID. I just don't see. I think it was premeditated. My humble opinion, because when you see it the following week, and you see Rollie get that decision, I'm like, this whole shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
You know, like Rollie didn't win that fight.
Right.
Like, like hell nah, man. You know, Rollie might want to punch me if I tell him this, but he didn't win that shit, you know? And I'm like, oh, this is the Floyd Mayweather bubble. You know, like I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And now so they say that they're guaranteeing Stevie Fulton to fight Angelo Leo uh in the next fight, but we'll see if that comes to fruition.
Couple things. First thing, responding to the Fulton. Now, Breadman, and I know, Steven and Hamza, his guys. I didn't speak to them afterwards, but I did speak with Breadman, and Breadman said he was sick as a dog. He felt like he was going to die. He was saying that COVID is no joke. So I believe. I don't think he would have a reason to lie to me, but I mean, who knows? But I believe that may have been the case. But like you said, you never know. In the case of the Rollie situation, when it comes to Mayweather Promotions is not a powerhouse in the promotional business. They don't wield that much authority. It's really based on the authority and the power base that Al Heyman brings as an extension of him, the Mayweather family. So with that Rollie situation, I think that was more, and I could be wrong, more on the lines of we want that title to stay with Rollie at he's at 35, correct?
Yeah.
With Javante having the title, that we could keep everything in house with an eventual fight of Rollie and Javante, and everything stays in. So I think it was more on the lines of that part of the business more than just Mayweather is big time and we just wheeling and dealing and showing our power. I think that was the whole Al Heyman conglomerate. This makes more sense for us if we have this title going in. I need for the judges to know this, that this is how we want this to go. However you see it. But just understand, we would really love to see Rollie and Javante at some point fighting for those titles. And what that means is that's another title for Javante, with all due respect to Rollie.
Oh, okay, we'll go with that one then. It makes sense. No, that makes a whole lot of sense.
What do I know?
I mean, it makes a whole lot of sense because you see the business of boxing playing before our very eyes. You see Leo Santa Cruz get every advantage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He gets a big payday. He avoided Gary Russell. He got to fight Abner Mares twice. He got to fight Carl Frampton twice. He never got a chance to fight Gary Russell.
Right.
You know, it's just the business of boxing is real. And
that was one of them top ranks. Okay, got blacks over here.
Yeah, man. So yeah.
I appreciate this on your show.
Nah, come on, man.
Speak freely like this. And the first time we won, you told us that we could. But I kind of mind my words and chose my words a little carefully. But I feel more free on this one to say, it is what it is.
It is what it is, man. And that's how I live my life, man. You know, I like the conversations I have with my son. He don't get it now, but eventually he will.
That's right.
You know, and I just tell the truth, man. Tell the truth. Like it's just so therapy. It's so life is so much better when you can live in authenticity.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's really how I live my life, you know, being honest. You know what I mean? And if it just works out better that way.
Yep.
You know, and sometimes you got to fight about it. Sometimes people get mad at you about it, but it is, and at the end of the day, they're gonna love you for it.
Right.
You know, and that's just it. So yeah, man, November 7th, we're gonna be locked and loaded, man. Locked and loaded, man. And November 7th. You fighting?
Get his height.
Yeah. And you're fighting the same day as Devin Haney. So when I do Dylan Price, I'll make sure I say Devin Haney. And when I say Devin Haney, I'll make sure I say Dylan Price. You know what I mean? November 7th in Philadelphia. Your homecoming, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh, so we got this new thing before we go. It just started this week. Shout out to DB. So he asked a guest out of the stone cold blue. And this shit was hilarious. Oh, we cried for an hour and a half on the show. Do you have a favorite joke? Do you have a joke?
I had one, but it's not mine. It's one of my friends.
Oh no, you can tell it. Feel free. If you got a joke, tell a joke.
One of my friends, shout out to one of my boxing homies, named Donald Smith. He's talking about my other homie named Lake, like a brother to me, but my friend day one. But he got a wide mouth. So he said to him, his mouth so wide he can suck a bullet out of Glock on safety. So whenever me, Lake, and my little brother Devin see somebody with a wide mouth, and another one he said was he could kiss his own self on the cheek. So whenever we see somebody with a wide mouth, we just go like this, Fred. So one of my homies, Tracy, from the gym, he got a wide mouth, so we just go like this every time we see him.
Oh man, that's funny because I got a Glock 17, so that's funny you said that, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah. Hey, before you close out too, I just wanted to say big ups. It was a couple of the guys from our era and the amateurs that fought over the last couple weeks. Brandon Lee at the first knockout. That whole card. What's his name? Charles Conwell, of course, got the 9th round knockout.
Shout out to him for being mentally tough too.
Yeah. He and that boy was tough. He fought. That wasn't an easy fight. Wendy and Tucson and what's his name from Detroit? Got the hype case father. Nelson. Nelson also got a first round.
I watched the highlights of the card. I didn't watch the card. It was the middle of the week. I couldn't watch it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but it was a good card. Then last night, Rasheem Jefferson, his son, Lil Sheen, he stopped his guy. Lil Horse, Ahmad Elliott, he stopped his guy. Truck from Calvin Ford, he stopped his guy. So all of the amateurs from that came up with us, they're all doing their thing. Some of them just turning, so just want to say congratulations to them.
Keep up.
Yeah, and thank you for coming on, man. Yes, go ahead.
David Navarro, he also got a first round stopper. David Navarro.
What sparring partners are you using?
Well, we just started sparring. What was that, Thursday? Glenn Desern came down from DC. He's a good pro, 122. Sparred him. We'll be sparring Christian Cardo. Now that's a white boy that could actually fight. They didn't have to build him up, but they still did because he was white. But he's a good kid. Fights at 118. We'll be sparring him Tuesday. And then it's another kid in the area we'll be looking at for either Thursday or Saturday. So we just keep him busy with people within the Philadelphia, New Jersey, go to DC. My man Lamont Roach, he'll set up work for us down there. So we doing some things.
And people asking, he's gonna post the link. You guys got to follow Dylan Price on Instagram, and I'll post the link fight week too, so people can know where to watch it. And we'll be locked in. Every time I say Devin, I'll say Dylan. Every time I say Dylan, I'll say Devin. November 7th.
They're gonna get confused because we already do that because his little brother is Devin. So when you say Devin, we say Dylan. So that's good.
Yeah, so we'll definitely knock that out, man. And I appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you, man.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate it.
And see you soon. Come on, if you want to come on before the fight.
With you got Darmani Rock coming up in a couple weeks too, right?
I'm interviewing him.
I thought so. Maybe we need to talk offline.
Yeah, no. When's he fighting?
It was supposed to be November the 7th, but they just pushed it back to December. It's December the 5th.
I remember now. Yeah. I remember now. Yeah. Let's get him on. Let's get him on.
Into PBC world now.
Let's get him on. Let's get him on.
Okay.
For sure. November 7th.
Yes, sir. Thanks, Fred.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you, man. Thank you to the Price family. Appreciate y'all. So there we have it, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank you to the Price family. Yep. And yeah, man, it was a fun interview. I appreciate y'all coming in on the Saturday. Real spontaneous show. We gonna support him. November 7th. November 7th, we will support the show. I appreciate y'all coming in for the spontaneous show. We'll be back on tomorrow. I got a real good interview coming up. Mark Too Sharp Johnson is coming up real soon. So you guys can anticipate that. I don't know when. I got to finish my research on him so I can be up to it, as it relates to the interview. And so I'm hoping to have that done by tomorrow. So look for that, and we'll just keep on pumping them out. So like I said, I got to do the interviews when the talent is ready. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? What is my take on Duncan? You know what my take is, Mr. Finesse, man. I think when you get a horse whisperer like that, Mr. Finesse, you just got to let him talk. I wanted to rebuttal him, but I didn't want to make the energy contentious because he was giving us, in that interview, I thought he was giving us what we've been thinking all these years. You understand? There was a point when I wanted to rebuttal him, and I was like, no, he's telling us what I've been saying, what you've been thinking, what you've been saying. And so that's where I was. My insides wanted to jump out at him. My insides wanted to, I wanted to jump out at him, and I said no, because we're in this office, and let him just keep talking. And that's the same way I did with Bob Arum with the Louis Farrakhan when he said he don't respect Louis Farrakhan, and I was like, my next question was going to be something, and I pulled back on that too, because I think it's important when they say who we think they are, don't rebuttal them, because we already know the truth. Now, if he would have said, "Oh, Fred, I think Louis Farrakhan's a nigga," then I'll, if I would have, then that cause for an instant reaction, because I can't allow that. But when they're telling their truth, oh man, you got to let them talk, because we may never get that moment again, and so that's what I thought about it. I thought it was a real revealing segment, as it pertains to what's going on and what has been going on in the sport of boxing. And I think that's the beautiful thing about independent media outlets now. It's real important that y'all support all these independent media outlets. It's so crucial, man, whether you like them a little bit or whether you like them a lot. I think it's important that we support them, either just by a click or a donation or a share. It's just really, really important that we do that. And thank you, Mr. Finesse. And I want to build this anthropology of interviews. I don't care who they are. It could be an amateur going pro. I just want a catalog of information, because I know content is king, and I don't turn down no interviews. I don't turn down no interviews. Anybody who wants to interview, we interview them. You know what I mean? Because it's all going to be a connection 20 years down the line. You know what I mean? And I'm always going to ask the tough questions. I'm going to lay it. I may set up the question to make them feel comfortable and shit, but I'm always going to ask it, and that's it. And even at the end of the interview, he respect my candidness. He respect my forthrightness, and so that's it, man. Y'all go ahead and enjoy your Saturday, man. We got a game 6 here in LA, man. I thought we were gonna celebrate last night, but it is what it is, man. Game 6 tomorrow. It's no fights today, so maybe I'll drop some videos. I'll drop some videos today, because the kids are going over to their cousin's house, so we'll do that, and I'll be home all day by myself, so we'll do it like that. So, anyways, man, barbershop conversations. I truly appreciate y'all coming on this spontaneous show on a Saturday. And it is what it is, man. Thank you to all y'all. And I got a whole bunch of videos that's already clipped and edited, so I'll be dropping them throughout the day. And hopefully I get Mark Too Sharp Johnson on tomorrow, maybe before 2:00, somewhere in there. And I got to finish reading about him and getting these articles and shit like that. So So yeah, Butler getting that Jordan foul whistle. He get the whole. He sounded like a Moore, although Bob said he didn't like or respect him. You didn't want that. I mean that you slipped in. You slipped that in on Malcolm X's daughter. I think you were surprised by her answer. Well, I got to reread that quote. He sound like a Moore, and although Bob said he didn't like or respect him, and you didn't like him either, you slipped that in on the Malcolm daughter, and I think you were. Yeah, you're right. I was surprised by her answer. Yeah, I'm 50-50 because like Triple OG, my character never takes a day off. It doesn't. You know what I mean? It doesn't. Whether it pertains to like everything in my life. And I've said this before. I still can't grasp the concept of silence on one part, but being loud on the other part. You know, I think Malcolm should have still be alive. You know, and it makes no sense. When you know the truth, you act like the truth, you know. And I don't want to get into particulars of this Triple OG, but maybe in time I'll have you on and DB on, and we'll do a show together because DB is a part of the nation, and I think that deserves a conversation. I don't know when, but I think when I think the time will come. I really want to have the conversation, but I stay quiet because of Triple OG. What the nation does for the betterment of us as a culture, you know. But yeah, we'll definitely have that conversation and have your facts come. I got 20 years of research on this shit. So, so in my spare time, all I'm trying to figure out is how did this happen? Why did it happen? Yeah, you know what I mean? But I'm excited to have that conversation, but I want to have it respectfully, you know, because I still admire what the Nation of Islam does. I still admire the fact that a man can come home from prison and step right into structure, you know, and feel like a man at the same time, you know. So that's kind of where I'm at as it pertains to the Nation of Islam. But I do have my questions about what happened in 1965, in February 1965. So yeah. So anyways, man, appreciate you, Triple OG. Well, we're gonna have that conversation soon. So and maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll invite a member of the Nation of Islam to come on and have that conversation. We can all have this conversation together. And we'll do it like that. Anyways, man. Yeah, all the time, Mr. Finesse, and that's what this platform is for. I don't give a fuck if you're an A-list celebrity or an F-list celebrity. It's always connecting. It's all connected. Like that Cameron Duncan interview connects to that Bob Arum interview I did. When did I do that interview on Bob Arum? In May? It connects. 4 months later, the shit connects. You get what I'm saying? So it all comes together. It all comes together. So that's kind of where I'm at as it pertains to that. So that's where we're at, man. Tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Y'all motherfuckers better be there. Y'all better open up the door for Patricia when she come into the barbershop tomorrow night. Mr. Finesse gonna be asleep, but it's cool. He'll catch the replay. We out this summer, man. I hear my kids in the background. They're about to leave like at 1 o'clock. So it's 4 o'clock y'all time, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock rock. Love y'all, man. I'll see y'all tomorrow, 9 o'clock. And I'm real excited to have that conversation, Triple OG. I love all y'all motherfuckers. And make sure to open up the door for Patricia tomorrow when she come into the barbershop. All right. I'll holler at y'all guys. Peace, y'all.